Hello everybody, this is Pachella and Kylee Rutty, and we're here to discuss a little bit about the plays and musicals that happened during the 1930s. So the research question that we decided to go with was, how did the Great Depression affect plays and musicals in the 1930s? And we created a thesis statement that the Great Depression affected the storylines, production, and the audience of plays and musicals during the 1930s. The Great Depression affected the rich and the poor, and many weren't going to plays because they simply couldn't afford it, but also they were putting their money towards more important things that they needed during this time period, like providing food for their family, buying clothes for themselves and their family. So going to plays and musicals became something mainly the elite rich people could do because they had the money to do it.
The themes of musicals were also affected by the Great Depression. Plays were more based off of the emotions that the playwriters felt at the time. So it was a lot about the terrors of the Great Depression, like the hardship and everything that everyone was going through at the time. The storylines were once lively and upbeat, and now they're more a reflection of the time period, like we said in the last side of the themes of musicals. They were basically about the terrors and the emotions that the Great Depression brought forth.
Broadway was also affected by the Great Depression, and the people that were affected were uncountable. It was everyone from the producers to the ushers. Like, you wouldn't think the ushers would really be affected because you don't think of them, but they had jobs, and they were out of jobs for a while because nobody was coming to plays. And the fall of productions set a trend. The amount was once 300, and it slowly dropped all the way down to 98, which was unheard of.
Okay, so this period of time was a big time for inspiration and a very creative period. A lot of the feelings and emotions basically affected the way the plays were written. Writers like Eugene O'Neill, George Kaufman, and Mark Connolly were some of the big writers during the time, and they organized themselves into the Playwrights Company, and they continued to write.
One of the major plays during the 1930s was Porgy and Bess, and it was a well-known opera performed in 1935. It was written by George Gershwin, and the storyline was about a disabled black beggar who was living in the slums of Charleston, North Carolina. The play depicted that love and dreams can be achieved with hard work, and this gave people hope that things will get better, and if they work hard, they can achieve the love and dreams that was achieved in Porgy and Bess.
Waiting for Lefty, another one of the plays written during this time, was written by Clifford Odets. The 6 main characters were forced by economic necessity to become cab drivers, and this basically exemplifies the antagonist that exists between the values of the business community and the human values of the play's protagonist. Odette explores the matters of collective bargaining, anti-Semitism, environmental irresponsibility, family cohesiveness, and the exploitation of the masses. And the basic big question that the play poses, concern around is the extent to which workers should control their own destinies. And this play premiered in January 14th, 1935.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today on our video lecture on plays and musicals during the Great Depression. If you have any questions, please write them down, and we'll be sure to go over them in class. Or you can call us, email us, whatever. See you later, fellas.